Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Celebrity Challenge, and today we have Bad Hair Day. I should have messed up my hair thematically to go with this. Yeah, because ugh, this is a mess. And by the way, before I start anything else, t-shirts in the '90s sucked. Uh, who makes a t-shirt with a collar this tight and not be a turtleneck? I don't know. Anyway, Bad Shirt Day, Bad Hair Day. Bad Hair Day is the name of the movie, and it's a Disney Channel original. It's from 2015. It's about an hour and 32 minutes long. Yeah, an hour and 32 minutes long. And it's your opposites brought together into a buddy adventure comedy movie. Um, it's a fairly thin premise to start off and gets more absurd as it goes along. But it really just starts out with a girl named Monica who wakes up on prom, the day of prom, and she's also trying for she's trying to get votes, and she lives her entire life by how she influences people and how she allows herself to be influenced by social media to say whether she's worthy of the prom queen crown or if she's should dress a certain way or do her hair a certain way. She's just got this thing where she needs constant feedback. She's a smart girl. She's accomplished. She's wants to go to MIT. She's applied for that. She knows all sorts of stuff. She's very technically savvy. Um, she wakes up one morning to find out that her not only is her dress ruined for prom, but her hair looks like a nightmare. And yeah, you don't really see it because she's wearing the hat there, but it's literally just breaking off in pieces. It's so dried out. Whatever she did the night before, she combined a number of different processes, I guess, as girls do, women do, and it got bad. Like she could break it off like bacon, pretty much. That's one of the jokes in the movie. Um, so yeah, she's got all sorts of problems. The only thing that's not a mess is the necklace she happened to pick up at a pawn shop like the week before or a few days earlier, and it's very elaborate. It really doesn't go with anything else as far as she could tell, at least from the opinion she gets from her friends. Um, but she's gonna wear it anyway because she really likes it. That's her one thing where she didn't submit it to a committee before she decided to do it. Um, but suddenly a knock comes at her door, and this woman right here shows up. Is there, claiming to be FBI. She is got some sketchy credentials, but she says she needs help finding a certain necklace. Well, she's got one, but she's also got a lot of things to get done that day, and everything is going against her. Not only does she have to get a new dress for prom, not only does she need to get her hair worked on, she's got to also like take her driver's test. That's the only like she gets a phone call during all this and says, "Hey, the only other chance you have is to take a driver's test is next year or something." It's like so she has to take it that day or else. Well, guess what? She doesn't have a car. She doesn't have any help whatsoever. Her mom is no longer around, not dead. It's not a Disney trope where one parent is dead, but we do have the one parent trope. Dad is otherwise occupied with his work that day, and I think he's a nurse at a hospital or something like that, or medical professional. And but it's not that he's neglectful or anything else. It's just that he's got an important job, so he can't really be helpful in that moment. And so these two, she tries to work out a deal where she's like, "I will find you the necklace. I'll get you the necklace if you can get me to this, and this place, these three places, or however many other errands she needs to run in order to be ready for prom that night." Yes, it's a very absurd concept, but she's screwing with her, and she is honestly not being honest about who she really is. And there's a lot of backstory to the reason why she's looking for this necklace. Can they trust each other? Will they trust each other? And basically the charm of the movie comes in them in this buddy comedy getting to know each other and sort of helping each other out, just even though they don't want to, and the bonding that comes out of it. So it was an enjoyable film. I mean, I don't recognize the actress who played Monica, the main girl, and thing. I'm sure I've seen her in other stuff, maybe. But Leigh-Ann Baker, Liz, right here, if you've been watching along with me, and she's been in other Disney Plus things, she's the mom from Good Luck Charlie. So she was doing something other than Good Luck Charlie with Disney, and she's got to play this, let's say, downer to luck authority figure, let's say. I don't want to give too much away. But yeah, believe it or not, it was an enjoyable watch. I usually don't hold out a lot of hope for a lot of these Disney Channel movie vehicles because they tend to pander to the kids. I mean, it's a kids channel, so really, when I say pander, I mean that it does have the lesson learned, the speech at the end of the thing where this is, I went through things and now I've learned about myself and about others. And yes, that speech does happen in front of a crowd, not just in front of the people that the main character knows personally. A bunch of strangers in a room, which I won't say where that room is. A bunch of strangers in a room. Okay, prom. It's at prom. Okay, she gets to prom. How she gets to prom is the story, but she explains to everybody who have no concept of what she's going through that day, all the things that she's learned, and but yeah, it's not an immature, like, be good, do stuff that's kind. Not that those are bad messages. It's just that very often the messages are either just loaded or just so childly simple that you're like, oh, kids could probably figure that out. Don't cheat, don't steal. But in this case, yes, she learns a lesson, and everybody learns a lesson, and great. That lesson is there, and there's plenty of conversations between our two leads here where they learn to empathize with each other's, or sympathize with each other's problems and the things they're going through, and they learn from each other. So yeah, you get that connection, and it's genuine. I really enjoy them, and Leigh-Ann Baker I think she's great, and I only really discovered her through Good Luck Charlie, the series, and the movie, the Christmas movie that they did. So yeah, I'm sure, I think she's in other stuff, but that's where I know her from, and she's great. And Laura Morano is great as Monica in the lead. So yeah, it's a fun watch because they are fun to watch. There's a little blooper reel at the end, so you can see when they screw up. But for the most part, it's not complex. You're not going to learn anything unless you're 14 and struggling with these things, or a high school kid or a little kid who loves Disney Channel movies. This is by far one of the better Disney Channel movies out there. As we've seen in the past, there are a lot of not so great ones. Quince. So, Bad Hair Day. It's not a great title, but it pretty much sums it up. It's what starts everything rolling. I honestly, I was trying to think of other titles that would be good for this, but Bad Hair Day is sort of the generic little, I guess, idiom. Is that the term I want to use? It's a term that pretty much sums up when you're having a bad day. You just sort of say, I'm having a bad hair day, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna say good things about Bad Hair Day. Again, I think maybe I just have a crush on Leigh-Ann Baker. I don't know, but yeah, it's a fun little movie, and you get all the little come-uppance moments, and because they're both trying to prove themselves to others, and that's part of the lesson learned kind of thing. But yeah, they're fun, so I think it's worthwhile checking out. That's all I got to really say about that. I'm going to pick tomorrow's thing now. Come on. Let's advertise for Google. What? Come on. All right, well, hey, we're not breaking the thing here. For some reason, it decided to reset itself. And all right, let's generate. I had to put in the number 768 because that's the total number of entries we have. 672 is our choice. 672, 672. Everything reset. What the heck? I'm suffocating in this shirt. I don't know why I ever bought it. 672. I can wear it as a wetsuit if it was wet. 672. Oh. Have not seen this. Although I think maybe I've seen it when I was a kid. I'm not sure how old this is. But 672, it's one off from The Simpsons. We're so close to hitting The Simpsons. But we are on the S's. And we have the sign of Zorro. The sign of Zorro. On the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I think we'll meet back here tomorrow and we'll talk about it. I'm not sure how long of a movie this is or how old it is. But who knows if it's even a classic. It might be a bad remake for all we know. But we're going to find out. And we'll talk here tomorrow. Bye.